What's up, everybody?
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Kenny.
And we are JK Builders.
If you're new to the channel and you love Lego, you should definitely subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, helps out the channel a whole bunch. It's always appreciated. Today I'm dressed in my Sunday best for a reason. Not because I went to work, although I did. It is because we're doing a review of our very first full-on MOC that we have built for our city. We found this MOC off of rebrickable.com. It was designed by BrickAtive. Now, we have done a whole bunch of sets by BrickAtive. We've done the radio station. We've done the noodle shop. We've done the gas station. We've done the art museum and dance studio. Tons of different alternate builds we have built that were designed by BrickAtive. Very good designer. Definitely check him out. This is the very first set that we have ever built from the ground up that was designed by him. So we ordered all the parts off of bricklink.com, had them shipped to our house, and then we spread them all across the table and we built the BrickAtive church.
Oh yeah.
So without any further ado, let's check out the BrickAtive church. Here it is. We will give you a 360 view of this building. Very, very cool, very highly detailed. I absolutely love the look of this church, and it's something that I had been eyeballing for a very long time. Oh, hey, Brindley. We needed to add a church to our city. I felt like any city needs a church, and I just absolutely love the look and the unique amount of detail and quality, and yes, the old school design that this kind of has. I love how the rocks on the front get crumbly, but we won't get too into the pros and cons right now. This is just the 360 view. Let's go ahead and break this thing open and show you the closer details as well as what's going on the inside. Okay, so the BrickAtive church. Let's take a look at all the details. And this thing is just loaded with detail. Now, we did order all these parts off of Bricklink. One thing that I didn't do was, once again, dumb me, I did not specify new or used. So a lot of these parts came in used. It does make it a lot less expensive, but you're gonna sacrifice a little bit because some of your pieces are gonna be stained. I don't know if you can tell, but there were quite a few yellowed pieces. It wasn't quite as bad as the firehouse, but there still were quite a few that were yellowed and stained. But at the same time, this is supposed to be an old building, right? Yeah. So I feel like it kind of works in a way.
Even though, good, but it's bad.
Yeah, even though some of the parts are a little bit dingy, it works because it is an old church. But anyway, coming around this side, you have lots of different levels to the building. So you have like this level, this level, this level, this level, which I really like. I like how tall it is. It has the two huge steeples there coming off the top, which I thought looked really, really good. You got the cross here on top and here. Nice brown roof with a nice slope. Just cool little details. You have the little graded pieces here, little openings. I just absolutely love all the brickwork and the masonry and everything, how it looks kind of old, like it's kind of busted apart. Like you can kind of see, it looks like the facade is kind of falling off right here, and you can see the exposed brick. It just looks so cool. Now that, I will have to say, even though it looks amazing, was a pain in the butt to build, which I will talk more about that here in a second. You have this little gateway that goes to a little like mezzanine here in front of the church with a tree, and then you have the front door behind that. Again, just cool little archways and details. I absolutely love the design of this building. You have the greenery growing up the side of the building here. Of course, we built it on a Mills plate, so none of this will be exposed. On this side, you have these huge double doors that open up inward. So if you're ever having like a wedding or something, they can enter here. Again, you have the awesome exposed brick. You have the two steeples that just look really incredible. Oh, hi, Brindley. Again, the graded pieces here for the roof, I think, look really cool. Nice little windows here. Absolutely love the building techniques of how they made this look rounded with these slope pieces. Just looks very nice. You actually built these and then put them in and then put the piece on top to hold it all together. Just really cool building techniques that they use to create that look. Over here, this is the side that's going to be up against another building, ideally, so it won't be exposed, but you do have some cool windows here as well, arched windows, and then the roof line also. On the back, you're not going to see too much of this either, but it does look pretty good. Again, if you look closely, you can kind of see some of these bricks that are a little bit yellowed, but I think it's going to be okay. So yeah, again, very, very cool. I love this gate, the fence, everything. Just looks awesome. Cool little tree there. But yeah, let's break it open and check out what's on the inside. All right, so the building does come apart in 3 separate parts. So you have the base that has all the inside features. You have the top, which is just the upper floor, but no additional interior space. And then you have the roof itself, which there's nothing additional in that. It's just kind of hollow. But very cool, you know, makes it very accessible. Otherwise, you have to reach too far down in if this part didn't come off. Made it easier to build as well. On the inside, you can see there are just tons of cool little details of the inside of the church. You have this big gate that opens up like this, these huge double doors. Of course, you have 3 rows of pews there, as well as some along the wall as well. You have some cool little translucent bricks that made the crosses there on the wall, along with some candles that are lit. Up here you have the pulpit, which is just a little stand with a little, it's a newspaper piece, but that is going to be what the preacher is going to stand up to and give his speech. You have another cross there behind, like you would see in a fancy old church, and it just looks really cool. Nice little details, cool little tiled floor. Here you have like a little kneeling pad. I believe that would be like a confessional there. Here you have the front door that goes out to that little mezzanine, and then over here you have an office, and this actually comes off as well, I'm just remembering. And you have like where you have like the pastor's office or something like that. You have a little desk with a plant, and then a little bookshelf over there. So very, very cool, very highly detailed. Love the tiled off look of the floor. And over here you have a little like fountain or something as well. A couple more candles there lit on the sides of the door. Just very, very cool, very detailed. And you know, it was fun to build. It definitely was a more fun one to build than a lot of the rebrickable sets that I've done in the past. Although it was super challenging as well, because this thing is like, gosh, I don't even know, like it's over 3,000 pieces. So yeah, having all those pieces spread across the table and trying to find the right ones and build a set is a challenge, but it's a challenge that I have kind of grown to enjoy. And when I started out, I always think to myself, why do I put myself through this? But at the end of the day, I love the finished product, and I cannot wait to get this down to the city, find a good space for it, and then see how it looks. All right, Jackson, so the BrickAtive church, what are some of the things that you like about this one?
Well, I really like these, what are they called?
Like towers or steeples?
Like towers up here. They actually look round, like up here, like down in here. And then I really like the inside, how it, like, that would actually look like an old church. I would, like, now that I think about it, if somebody asked me what an old church would look like, I would think of this.
Yeah, it's like a really old church. Like, I'm talking like 150 years old, like something that you would see in like Europe or like in an old city, like downtown in an old city. It almost has like a Gothic vibe to it. But yeah, just a very old church that just has a lot of history and just looks very, very cool. Lots of detail, lots of character. I really like the way that this looks. Now, I debated for a long time about buying the pieces for this set. I always had my eye on it. We even at one point considered doing the Simpsons church instead. I did a poll on YouTube. It was an overwhelming response from our viewers that they wanted us to build the BrickAtive church. So hopefully you guys enjoy seeing this and the review. Now, the total parts, like I said, there's over 3,000 pieces. I'm not exactly sure how many. I probably should have checked before I did the video, but it costs us, I believe, about $250 at the end of the day between shipping, tax, all the parts. There were some parts missing. The Bricklink store that actually didn't give us the missing parts was nice enough to ship them right out, so it did take a few days longer than I had hoped and expected, but we did get all of the missing parts and we were able to finish it off. All in all, it was a good experience though. Like I said, it cost about, I think at the end of the day, about $250, which is about what a good modular with over 3,000 parts would probably cost these days. Of course, it doesn't come with any minifigures, there's no instruction book, there's no box, so that would take away from the value a little bit. But at the end of the day, I really love just the design of this building, and BrickAtive just, you know, knocked it out of the park as far as what he created here. Definitely check out some of his other things. I believe he has a website. I'll leave the link in the description below. He had a firehouse that we almost built before we built the actual firehouse. He has several other sets there that I've had my eye on for a while that we may build in the future, but this is just the first, and I really, really like it. I would absolutely recommend this set if you're looking to put a church in your city. I don't feel like the detail of this set can really be beat, especially for the cost and the number of pieces. I'm really looking forward to getting it down in the city and seeing how it looks. It definitely was very challenging. Now, there were a ton of tiny little pieces too. Creating all these details along the front, and I knew it was going to be that way from looking at the pictures, which is one of the reasons that I kind of held off on buying this set. Is that there are just so many tiny little pieces to create this look, but it is well worth it in the end. The actual look that they get from those tiny little pieces is just amazing, and I absolutely love the way that brickwork looks there across the front of the building. Brindley, since you're here, was there anything that you liked about the BrickAtive church?
the towels and the little tree.
The little tree.
And how the door is has a little thing on top.
Yeah, you like the door right there, the gate? Yeah, it looks really good. All right, so be sure to stay tuned to our channel. We are going to be doing another city update here very, very soon. We have made some huge improvements, and we have lots of big plans in the future as well, as always. Be sure to turn on notifications for our videos so you don't miss our next city update, because it's going to be a big one. All right, so there it is, the BrickAtive Church MOC. Do you have it? Do you want it? What do you think of it? Comment down below. As always, hit the like button.